lot of stuff. You look, by the time we finish with your cell, it's going to be the snazziest in the whole block.
What is this garbage?
Presents, my love, from an admiring screw. We'll hide these away, bring them out a few at a time. Then spread a few whispers about things missing from the cells. You'll also hear a few whispers about you. You might also find they won't talk to you, but that shouldn't worry you. If they get too heavy, let me know. I'll pull them back into line.
You think this is going to work?
Of course it will, as long as you do your bit and string her along.
Hey, it's a pity we haven't got a nice photograph of Ferguson to put in here.
What we really need is something we shouldn't have, like a piece of jewellery, something she would have had to smuggle into you.
Great, and I get caught with it. Thanks very much.
We've got to make this convincing, Hannah.
Come on, everybody assemble in the record.
Right, send her off, Doreen.
Who all got a special visit? Judy Bryan.
Well, good old Judy. We might get that piece of jewellery after all.
Well, I know it's a bore making stuffed toys. It was for me too, but the halfway house needs money. Now, if we can split the profits, then we'll have a release fund for everybody. What do you reckon?
Sounds good to me, Jude. Yeah. Can we just chat about that, Mrs. Morris? Okay, girls, buzz off.
Thanks, love. I don't think they were too keen till you gave them the nod.
Oh, no worries. But I do need a favour in return.
What's that?
We're to lurk to get rid of Ferguson. I need someone to bring in some jewellery, a pendant or a bracelet, the sort of thing a dyke would give a girl she fancies. No offence, but I thought you could think of something.
Look, I would really like to help you, and I mean that, but I can't take the chance of getting caught bringing something in. I mean, the halfway house has just been set up.
I wouldn't ask you if it wasn't important, Jude. We've got to get rid of her. Now, you know better than anyone what a bent screw can do. Look at Jock Stewart.
I'm sorry, love. I can't help you.
Oh, Jesus, you're a bloody hypocrite, aren't you? You come in here spouting about what you're going to do for the prisoners. Well, it's now we need it, not when we're released. Because Joan Ferguson will still be here, heavying some other mob of poor bitches.
Look, I understand that, don't I? It's just that I can't do anything to help you.
Just that you won't do anything. Bugger it. If you're not going to give us a hand, I don't see why we should help you out. You can stick your soft toys and your halfway house and all your other do-gooder ideas. Well, some people have got bloody short memories, that's all I can say. They walk through those gates and forget all about the mates they've left behind.
Seems to me that Jude's not the only one who's forgotten who her mates are.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I mean that I wouldn't ask any mate to risk a parole for anything, no matter how important it was.
I thought Jude would jump at the chance of helping. Oh, and she would, too, if it was Jock Stewart we were trying to get rid of.
Yeah, well, I think Lizzie's right. Jude's only doing what she thinks is best.
Oh, for God's sake, will you look at what we're up against with bloody Ferguson?
Forget the jewellery. That's only the icing on the cake. If Hannah does her job properly, you'll have Ferguson fixed.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe nothing, B. You had no right to have a go at Jude, and you know it.
I just want to get rid of her. Oh, I'll have a word to Jude when she comes in again. And apologise. Meanwhile, I suppose we'd better think about making those teddy bears.
Just past your cell, Simpson. Looks like an op shop.
Oh?
Looks like you've been helping yourself to other people's things.
I bought them.
Bought them? Where would you get the money?
What good is money in here? You know there are things you can trade.
Oh, yes, there are. Several things.
Hey, don't play the cold fish too much. You'll scare her off.
An animal wouldn't scare her.
If she thinks she's got another girlfriend in here, she might just lose interest. You've got to take the first step. Get her to do you a favour.
No way.
Oh, I see. You decided to handle this yourself, haven't you? Fair enough. But I don't fancy your chances.
What?
Tell her you're tired of working in the laundry. You'd like to take a trolley around, but I won't let you. Lizzie.
Miss Ferguson.
What are you doing out of the laundry?
I just can't stand it in there. The steam and that damn press. It's so hot.
My heart bleeds for you.
I asked B. Smith if I could do the linen collection, but she wouldn't let me.
So?
Well, I just thought if you could have a word to her and order me to do it, I could get out of there more often.
Why should I do you a favour?
Well, you're always asking me if there's anything you can do.
All right, let's go. Don't take that out, Birdsworth.
I have to, Miss Ferguson. I haven't done the workshop or the kitchen yet.
Get over there and start folding sheets. Simpson's taking the basket out.
Over my dead body. It's my job and it always has been.
It isn't now.
Now, hang on a minute. I'm in charge here. It's okay with the other officers, and I decide who does what work.
Really, Smith? What about the times you're in the pound for insolence to an officer?
You push this, and you'll have a strike on your hands.
Oh, what are you going to do? Call your union out?
I mean it. There'll be no work done.
Please yourselves. Won't bring the prison to a grinding halt. The only effect of you lot not working is that you won't get paid. Doesn't worry us. Just means a lot less on the buy-up order. Righto, Simpson. Take that basket and get out of here. And the rest of you, have a good bludge. And think about how much it's costing you.
Who is it?
It's me. Open up, I forgot my key.
You got it?
Nice dress. New.
Yeah, I picked it up a couple of days ago.
Must have set you back a few bucks.
Didn't pinch it.
You may have well have done. You can't afford new clothes, not the money you're making.
Got the money, Des, honest. Just give it to me, please.
How much did you make last night?
Couple of hundred?
How much?
All right, 150. Well, you asked me to get friendly with Susie. I took her to the movies and...
You must be holding out on me, sweetheart. New clothes, nights off. Maybe you can't afford smack anymore.
Of course I can. 150.
Not enough.
What do you mean?
This deal's 160.
You bastard.
Sorry, inflation. Take it or leave it.
I haven't got any more.
Well, I could do you a favour. I could let you have it cheap, but you'll have to do something for me in return.
What?
I've got a bloke lined up for Susie. He's kinky for virgins and he's prepared to pay big money. And he'll go along with the seduction bit too.
I don't know, Des. I've been trying. I don't reckon she'll be in it. I can talk around, but you'll just have to give me more time.
All right, you got it.
Thank you.
We're all gonna double date. Tonight.
Po-face is coming. Make it look good.
Think you're bloody smart, don't you, getting Lizzie kicked off basket, Judy?
What do you mean it wasn't my idea?
Like hell, you got a friend to do you a favour.
Leave her alone, doll.
Shut your face, Chrissy.
Pity we haven't all got a friendly screw to help us out.
I haven't.
Oh, no? Well, what about all those presents in your cell? Did they fly there by themselves?
Yeah. Wouldn't be a screw putting them all in there for you, would it?
Look, leave me alone.
And what happens after lights out, eh?
Hey, shut up, you lot.
All right, everyone. What's going on? What are you arguing about?
Nothing, Mrs. Powell.
Simpson?
Nothing to smell.
Okay. Get to lunch, all of you. What's going on, Smith?
Why ask me?
Well, you're supposed to be in charge of the women in here, aren't you?
I'm not anymore, Mrs. Powell. It's got nothing to do with me.
Hey, the nearest I ever came to yachting was a pedalo boat on the Gold Coast.
My yacht's a bit too big to pedal.
Hey, what about that drink we were going to have one day after work?
All we got to do is work out when our shifts coincide.
Yeah. Well, what about Tuesday? I finish early.
Oh, I got a double shift Tuesday. I can always swap with Susan Bailey, though. She owes me a favour. Is that all right with you, Mrs. Powell?
I don't care, as long as the duty's covered and it's marked on the roster.
Right.